summer ready. So we're talking to the garden guide before you head off to vacation. We are taking your calls this morning. The number to call right now live, 602-207-3312, 207-3312. And we already have a caller that beat you to it. Miss Judy, good morning. What's your question?
Judy?
Judy.
Judy? Well, okay.
All right.
While we're waiting for Judy,
yes,
let's talk a little bit about what's going in the garden.
Okay.
Transition that ryegrass is real important right now. In fact, get that ryegrass out of that Bermuda grass. You need to cut off that, basically that sprinkler system for 3 to 5 days. Lower that lawnmower and get that Bermuda grass coming
Hello?
up. And of course,
there's Judy.
There's Judy.
Good
Judy,
morning,
what's
Judy.
going on? Judy? Go ahead.
I was asking if hydrangeas are good in this environment, and is it too late in the season to plant them?
They will not grow down here in our lower climate. Believe it or not, it is going to get hot, and it's going to get real hot in the next 2 to 3 weeks. It just fries them. It's almost like putting them in a frying pan. So they don't do well also with our high pH type soil and the fact that we have a high clay, undrainable type soil. So it's a real tough environment for something along those lines. And a lot of those plants that are back east really don't work out well out here. One of the best ways to do it, you know, just go out there and you can see these Landana and Ruellia, they just kind of come up on their own out here. So when you see stuff like that growing in your neighborhood, that's probably some of the best stuff to actually grow out here in the desert environment.
Let the neighbors figure it out for you.
Yeah, they'll do usually most of your homework for you.
Perfect. Thanks, Judy, for calling. And we have another caller this morning. Jennifer, what's going on?
Jennifer.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead, Jennifer.
I'm just wondering what I can plant in the garden that's safe with my dogs. Is a natural or mosquito repellent.
Okay, so the lavenders will work out, the citronellas will work out, any of the sages, anything that really has a lot of smell to it. Even the garlic and onions and all those things will work out real well too. And there's a list in my book, and I did an actual show on it, so that show is going to come up here in the next couple of weeks. So all those will work out. Of course, you got to spray that BT, and then the garlic sprays work out real well too. So there's another one that you actually can, it's, you know, just spray throughout the garden to get rid of it. But again, using those mosquito dunks and using those different types of granular type of BTs, and you're going to be in real good shape. So anything along those lines, you should get rid of those mosquitoes. And of course, standing water is one of the biggest problems we have out here with mosquitoes.
Okay, and you hate insecticides.
Oh,
so
yeah,
those are
I don't use any type of insecticides. All the botanicals will work out real well, especially with your pets and your kids or anything along those lines. And when I say botanicals, they actually blend up a lot of those different types of herbs, put them on your skin, natural.
Yeah, rub it on you.
There you are.
Okay, and Karen, thanks for waking up with us this morning.
What's
your
going
question?
on? Karen?
Hello, how you doing?
Good.
I am growing tomatoes. I think they're early girls.
Yep.
And I am getting bottom rot on the bottom of those tomatoes.
Blossom end rot.
How can I stop that?
Yeah, blossom end rot is a real problem out here. Inconsistent watering is your first problem. In fact, we've got a bunch of tomatoes. We're growing early girls over there right now. Going with your different, much more hardier type of, like celebrities, will also help out. And then putting a lot of calcium in the soil. And when I say calcium, you can actually buy fertilizer. Mine's got it in it. A lot of other tomato foods have got in or have a lot of those trace elements, and that calcium is crucial to preventing that blossom end rot. But again, regular watering, calcium, going with disease resistance, and then of course plenty of mulching, because you've got to stay consistent watering. It used to be guys used to advise let it dry out in between watering. I don't not let my tomatoes dry out really in between watering. They're not sitting in real wet and type environment, but as long as you
don't let it dry out.
That's right. Don't let it dry out, and you should be in real good shape.
All right, thank you, Karen. Next up, we've got Gary. Good morning, Gary.
Gary. What's going on?
Dave.
Hey.
I got an eggplant that's growing. I get a lot of flowers, but the flowers drop off, and I'm getting no eggplants. Can you help me out?
Okay, so use a blossom set. That's going to be one thing. You're going to go ahead and use a lot of phosphorus in the soil. You've got to work phosphorus down into the soil. That's bone meal, folks. And if it's not worked into the soil when you're planting the plant itself, that's going to really cause a problem too. But the blossom set that we use on tomatoes, we'll also work on tomatoes, peppers, and of course, eggplants.
So does Gary have to wait till the next season?
No, he can go ahead and use this. This is something you spray right on the plant or right on the actual foliage or the flower itself, and you're going to be in real good shape to get that, well, that eggplant. And also, eggplant's a little bit more warmer weather friendly, so what you want to do is wait a little bit longer, and then a little bit of afternoon shade. And the other problem we're going to have here, Gary, is as it starts warming up and getting about 95 or so, you're really going to have to, well, watch out, because if it gets too warm, you're going to see those blossoms starting to fall off.
Oh, okay.
So when it gets real hot, it has a real difficult time really setting those fruits.
Okay, a little extra care there.
There you go.
Thanks, Gary. And next up we have Mary. Mary, thanks for waking up with us. What's your question?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I have a bell pepper plant. I grew it from a seedling, and it's in a planter, and it's bearing fruit. It's got really nice little bell peppers on it.
Yep.
But I'm wondering, when is it time to harvest?
You know what? You can pretty much harvest those guys anytime. It doesn't really matter. So go ahead and just harvest them anytime. They'll be in real good shape. Most of our peppers can be harvested from green to red, whatever you want to do. So you can go ahead. It just depends on the size. Now, bell peppers don't develop as large out here as you see them in the grocery store. So we grow our smaller type peppers out here. But regular fertilization and irrigation, you usually can get about half to 3/4 what you get in the grocery store.
All right.
So there you go.
So after a Good Morning Arizona, go and harvest.
There you go. There's lots to doing it.
Thanks to all of our callers, not only for waking up with us, but also for keeping us busy with your great questions. Good luck out there in the garden. We will be right back.